One's a former NFL star turned esports coach.
But I was getting the stink eye from my wife. She's like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing."
And one's a dad who can't stop playing Rocket League.
These kids these days, they're like, blah, 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 blah. We're used to jump and run.
Together, they welcome you to Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge.
Welcome into Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge. I'm your host and namesake, Ahman Green. How you doing? And John, man, what's up with you? John Adi is my co-host. What's good with you, man?
What's going on, Ahman? Just trying to get through the spring months in the upper Midwest where it's 47 degrees one day, 65 the next. Like, you never get a good grasp on the weather.
Exactly. I just say it's the Midwest. When people text me, like my wife texts me, I was out. She was out, actually, and I went down to campus. And I'm at campus, at my desk, doing some things. She sends me a text message. She went to the casino with her mom. And it's helling. It was 60 most of the day. And then around 6 o'clock our time, it started helling. I say like M&M size hell pieces. And I was like, what? I was like, that's the Midwest. That's what happens here in the Midwest. It can change on the whim. It's the weather. It's the getting scientifically, the hot and cold weather coming together, making a concoction recipe of nonsense. That's it.
I do have an early this or that for you then, Ahman, because we're supposed to have thunderstorms where I am right now in Wisconsin today. Thunderstorms. I guess it's not a this or that. Thunderstorms. Thumbs up or thumbs down as far as your enjoyment of them? Because for me, like if you give me a thunderstorm, especially at night, I think I'm going to sleep like a baby.
I do sleep like a baby.
Yeah.
During the thunderstorm. I was born during a thunderstorm, so I think that's the reason why.
Okay.
So I think that's it. So welcome into the Gamers Lounge. I'm your host, like I said, Ahman Green. It's my good friend and co-host John Arias. We're talking about thunderstorms and if we like them or not. So we gave you a little preview of this or that. So if you haven't tuned in to the Gamers Lounge, we live in two places. So we live in the live world. We're live here on Twitch at Ahman Green TV, and we are on podcast ecosystem. So wherever you download your podcast, you could type in Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge or Gamers Lounge, and it pops up. And if you type in just Gamers Lounge, a lot of other lounges will come up. There's a lot of Gamers Lounge named esports shows out there, which is where video game shows, which is good. You know, that's why I put Ahman Green in front of it. That helps it out where you can actually, there you go. There they go. That's the people I want to talk to there or listen to. So yeah, and so rate us, reviews, go to those places and then check us out. We're on ESTV Plus as well, and
yes,
so that's a great, fantastic area. We are, John. I think you were about to say that, or go ahead.
I was going to say on ESTV, Roku channel 248, and we're also brought to you by Bet Online. Ahman, Bet Online is your number one source for all your betting needs and sports info and odds. You can find all the latest sports developments, including odds on the Major League Baseball season, which is just underway. Bet Online is your continued source for all your sporting wagering needs, including live betting and your favorite Vegas casino and poker games. It's super easy to get started, so you can join and learn why everyone is saying Bet Online is the fastest and easiest way to wager on popular sports and games. Bet Online, where the game starts. And if you use the promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, that's BELIEVE, you're going to get 50% in addition to your first deposit. That's BLEAV. Bet Online. Go check it out.
Please go check it out. I know the prop bets have becoming real popular. I think people are making a lot of money on prop bets now. And prop bet, if you don't know what a prop bet is something I found out in the last couple of years, to be honest, because like I said, I like to keep my money in my bank account or in my wallet. What's up, Big B? Big B says, hey guys, what's up, man? So Sergeant Mal Reynolds is in the house as well. So a prop bet is similar, like what color t-shirt will John and Ahman wear on when they open the show?
Yeah, that's
a prop bet. Will Patrick Mahomes throw a touchdown on the first series, or will Christian Yelich hit a single on his first hit? Stuff like that. Little simple, nonchalant, like it's a conversation you're having with a friend watching the Brewers game or watching the podcast or watching the Chiefs game, that you come up with these prop bets. You'd be like, oh, let's bet on this. Let's bet on what the next inning, the next infielder that trips and falls. Let's put 5 on it. There you go. So I've been, I say, getting educated by my other co-host I do on the other show, Mike Wall. He lived in Vegas for a long time, and he is a professional. I don't say gambler, but he knows the word. He's well versed.
Really?
In the conversation. Yeah, he
What's
does.
his game?
I think it's poker mostly, but with his kids now, he does prop bets on push-ups. So the currency is working out because he's a gym rat like myself.
So how's that work?
So he gives, like, his son plays soccer. His daughter, I think they both play soccer, and then I think his son might play basketball or baseball too. So when they're practicing or working out, and he gets them a task to do, and he doesn't do it, hey, you got to do 15 push-ups, or they make a bet on something, got to do 20 push-ups. So it's kind of a family-friendly thing. But you're teaching them some business stuff. It is business, and also teaching them how to bet. So it's like tied into some little part of what Mike Wall loves, and that's my guy. Just like you, my guy. So I say, since last week's show, man, I had my teams just wrap up the season. Unfortunately, Valorant, NBA 2K was last night. Valorant was on Saturday. They gave great efforts for my squads, but they just got nipped in the bud right at the end. So season's it's over. We have one more team still floating, and it's not because they're not playoffs or whatever. They are, regular season still is going. It's League of Legends, and they have if it didn't get rescheduled, their game should be this Friday evening. And then if they win that one, then we're in the playoffs, and then we'll have another playoff berth to follow here for Lakeland Esports. And let's see, and then for people, I know me and my wife have been talking a lot heavy. Obviously, the topic we talked about last week with the stuff that happened with Will Smith, and I'm like, hey, he's human. People make a mistake, and I'm speaking to the people out there that are like criticizing, like they'd like to criticize people when they're having a moment. And he had a moment. He's human, even though he's obviously one of the biggest celebrities in America. But at the end of the day, he's human. So let him be. He's actually, I believe I think he checked himself into, a mental health institute or somewhere like that, kind of getting counseling, because he's been going through a lot of stuff and in his life. And people don't know that, because obviously you just see him from our childhood, from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air to the rapper to now that big time actor. And obviously as celebrities, they get put on a different level of everybody else, obviously, which is not fair. And they're still human at the end of the day. So give him a break, please.
I agree with that. And as much as I lost a little respect when he did that, just for simply acting out in that manner that we've never seen before. Mm-hmm. I also like that he is recognized that it was wrong. Now listen, someone would argue, yeah, that's just all the PR people doing all this stuff to make it seem like that, so you feel that way, and perhaps it is, but it does really seem like, and I think we even said this at the time, like something's going on with Will Smith, because you just don't walk up in front of millions of people on television and hit somebody. You just don't do that unless something else is going on. So it's good to hear that, and I didn't know about that, and I did hear that the Oscars, the Academy banned him for 10 years.
Yeah, I don't really think that's a bad thing.
Why not?
Because for one, he won. I'll say, okay, from Will Smith's point of view, he won. He finally won after all these years. And I mean, that's the thing. That's like sometimes getting all dressed up, going out. It's like you want to do what you want to do when you get in the tux. I want to go out with my wife and to a nice, restaurant. Now I don't have to go and get in a limo and then go to a whole bunch of other people that probably don't want to be at an event just to see on people that is going to win, and it's not going to be you.
Yeah, and it's not like he's banned from all the parties before and after.
And them the best parts.
That's the best part, probably. Yeah,
that's the best. The after party, the before parties, and the after party. It's like those are the end parts. Those are the parts you remember. Obviously, if you win an Oscar, obviously you're gonna remember that. But yeah, the Oscar after party, unless you're underage, if you like a young actor or actress,
right,
you got to go home you got to be home by 10, in the bed by 11. I remember those days. Oh man. But yeah, what about you, John? What's up? What's up with you since last week?
Let's see what was going on since last week. Not a lot happening. Like I said, just trying to enjoy the weather and be outside. I don't know about you, Ahman, but one thing I'm not looking forward to, and I just thought of it this week, is it's allergy season.
Yeah. The
I
weather
don't know if you
change.
get allergies or if anybody else listening gets allergies, but
My wife does.
I never did until the last 5 to 10 years, not more than 5, probably 10 years. And then all of a sudden, you know how time gets. You say 5
Yeah.
years ago, it's really 10. I'm not looking forward to it because every year it feels like I have to rub my eyeballs out of my head and I have to breathe out of my mouth because my nose is so stuffed up. And it's just,
Oh man, yeah.
I don't know who else suffers from allergies or what they do, but I'm not looking forward to the seasonal allergies that I get every single spring now.
Oh yeah, that's a Midwest thing. Because it's, well, like we were talking, getting all scientific. The cold air, warm air, and then
Yeah.
we're in it. We're walking, we're talking, we're going to school, we're going to work, we're
All this
working out.
pollen is just coming back.
Yep, the little bees are doing their thing with the plants, and all that is just happening.
Yeah.
And if you got little kids, how is your daughter now?
9.
Okay, so she's not little, but when they're at the age between 0 and like 3, they are unaware of how they just, they're all in their noses, they just in their butts, and then they want to touch you. They just, because they're just being kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, man, why am I sick? Oh, because I got a 2-year-old. There you go.
Touching everything.
I remember those days. So I used to double up on I still do. I double up on my vitamin C when this time of year comes around, especially if I got little ones around. And
okay, vitamin C.
It helps out. And then drinks a ton of water. That helps. A ton of water.
I'll start doing that. Anything to get that and just like they say, like showering. I don't know what this podcast has turned into. Tips on allergies. I'm sorry. I did it.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah,
like showering after you come back from outside and changing your clothes apparently helps a lot too.
That does. Yep.
Yeah.
That does. So Sergeant Mon Reynolds says, I heard that Elton John after parties are lit. I'm pretty sure they would be. He's been around a long time, and he's kind of he's a pop star, kind of more into that. I say a little bit in the art. He's a legend.
Yeah.
And then kind of like, I want to say pop rhythm, R&B, little bit flavor, but he kind of has a nice little palette of stuff that he's produced put out over the years. So, and he knows everybody. And so you can imagine going to an Elton John party at the Oscars weekend or day, man, it's a who's who.
Exactly.
And that'll be fantastic. I mean, that would be a cool party. I remember years ago, I took my daughter, who's now going to be 25 this weekend, John. I have a 25-year-old, okay?
Nice.
She's going to be, so she's hanging out. She's doing a friend thing this year. So she's grown. She could do that. So I'm like happy for her. But I remember taking her to the ESPYs. So when I was playing, as players, we would get opportunity. And my agent hit me up. It's like, hey, G, you want to come out to LA? I'm like, of course. I always want to go. I'm in Wisconsin. Yes. I want to get out of here for, get some Cali weather. And so we did it. We turned it into a family trip. So we go to Disneyland down in Anaheim and Orange County area. And then later in the week, we go to the ESPYs. That's down in Hollywood. And we enjoy the event. And I'm showing her, oh, that's so-and-so, he plays baseball. He plays basketball. And so I had a great moment with her out, and hopefully, I wonder if she remembers this. I think she does. She mentioned it to me. I think she mentioned it to me not too long ago. But we're sitting there at an after party, just having, drinks, and it's a chill atmosphere. And I'm having a drink. I'm sitting next to my daughter. She's eating hors d'oeuvres and stuff, and she's just like, she's just kind of having in her space. She's like 11, 12, somewhere in there. Or no, like 10, 8. And Serena Williams walks up, and I'm like, hey, I tap my daughter. She's like eating, talking. I'm like, hey, look who that is. Do you know who that is? And she's like, yeah. And she's like sitting there like speechless. And I think we was able to take a picture with her too. It was pretty cool. I think then Serena and then Venus came around too. So it was just cool to have that moment with my daughter. And she's she's an athlete too back then. She was track and played a little basketball too. So it was just like, just to make that connection was like, oh.
And such an iconic, legendary player too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the best, like she met the best female tennis player. So That's
Yep.
cool.
So very cool, very cool. So let's get into these quick hitting news bites here. We got. Let me get set up here, and here it is. We have some fun little stuff going on. I haven't talked about it in a while. I know it's something that I've talked to mentioned before, but it's been a while since I talked about these guys here. And the NBA 2K League is back.
Nice.
Yep, it's season 5. You believe that? Five season in the 2K League now.
Half a decade.
It's just wow. I mean, that flew by. I remember season 1.
Yeah.
Hanging out with my good friend Larry Ridley. He invited me out to New York where that's when they had their first season. It was season 2 actually. And they had their home office and like studio that was over in Brooklyn, I believe. And if you remember, John, we had OG King Kirk.
Yep.
He's the GM and coach for the Nets. And I talked to him last week too. So we had a good conversation and they're doing pretty good. So the season just started. So I think it's only week 3 coming up. So it was week 2. So I believe the Nets are 2-0 right now. And that's OG King Kirk's team. Let me hit my mouse is like slow right now. So we got Lakers Gaming sitting at 3-0 looks like. And then I want to see where is this the East. Here we go. Nets Gaming sitting also at 3-0. That's King Kirk.
How's Milwaukee?
No, the Bucks Gaming is in the West for some reason.
Okay.
And they have them at 2-0. And and they have the big tip-off tournament. So this tournament here, the tip-off tournament, is just starting the first half of the season. As you can see, it's April 5th to the 23rd here. My mouse is so slow this morning. And that was to Twitch. Excuse me. Not go there. I didn't mean to go there. And the tip-off tournament, it has them starting the season and then getting into, little small tournaments that builds up to, getting their records for the playoffs. And what I like about the 2K League since it started is just the way they have incorporated the NBA. Like the NBA has took initiative. Adam Silver, who's the commissioner of the NBA, i.e., same job as Roger Goodell, but for the NFL, for people that don't know. I just like how he took initiative from day one with the NBA 2K League. He met, he had, meetings with 2K Sports and said, look, I'm going to make sure eventually all 32 or 30 NBA teams has a 2K team within their facility, same building as the players that actually play basketball. And then we have our virtual teams. Ever since I heard that, when I heard it was coming, I'm like, yes, this is esports is now getting its feet dug in the ground and the roots are growing strong. And, even though this is more of a newer game compared to games, like League of Legends and Dota 2 that are the older games that started all of this. But now to have 2K and then hopefully NFL, we get it together and we get a Madden League where the NFL teams, and that's the biggest draw is, we know in America, the main sport, it's football. So it's like, come on, NFL, let's go. Come on, Roger. Come on, the upper execs in the I know some of them execs too. Let's go. Yeah. I might have to fly out to New York and talk to them about that. So there it is. Hey, Boom from Pooch. What's up, Pooch? Man, how you doing? I'm trying to find the part where it has actually what they make per game or per series, which is pretty cool. It shows you how these esports players, no matter the game, at a high level. Here we go.
Their earnings.
Yeah, their earnings. That's what I'm trying to show. And they're making some money. They're doing it. They're doing it. So it's the group play just showing here. And we got Bucks Gaming. They beat Mavs right there. And then this is a new team, Ducks. What's that? Infinitos. They beat that was a close game right there, 70-68.
Let me ask you a question about this.
Against Pacers. Yep.
Which, by the way, as you were doing this, I was thinking the same thing. Why doesn't Major League Baseball or the NFL have something similar? Because the NBA is in season 5.
Right, 2K League, right.
Way ahead of the curve. So I remember watching the very first game on 2K because I was like, oh, this 2K thing starting. I'm going to get in on this. I'm going to watch this.
Right.
And for someone at the time who wasn't aware of, like, for example, when you're playing with the Bucks gaming isn't Giannis to Middleton to Holiday. You know what I mean? They don't use the players.
No, they don't. Right.
No, it's the players themselves that are the actual athletes, right?
Exactly.
Actual game players.
They go to a combine. They get their combine skills draft or evaluated, and then the teams, they have a draft just like the NBA draft. Everything. It's just amazing. It is awesome.
I guess my point is, like, why isn't it? And if someone in the chat wants to fill me in too, would you be interested more in, like, I understand you're an elite gamer and you're going to promote yourself, but as a fan, do you want to see digital Giannis versus digital Luka, controlled by these athletes, these gaming athletes, or do you want to see what it is currently?
Right.
I don't know. Am I the only one? Maybe that's just from my sports background. I'm like, because when I first tuned in, I was just thinking like, oh, okay, so we get to see the digital Bucks, basically,
right?
The roster being played with and managed by people who know how to play the game, but it's not that way. Am I the only one that wonders that?
I mean, I'd say I'm pretty sure you're not the only one, and that's a good point of view, because for us athletes, I mean, for me, if I was currently playing in NFL right now, or even in NBA, say if I grew 4 inches and 6'4", there you go. I'm somewhere sprinkled in the NBA somewhere as a 25-year-old. I would want to know that, because I'm like, I play my game. I played Madden when I was playing ball. So I would have played 2K. Now I'm like, are you playing as me, or are you going to, creating an avatar, or what's going on? And how does that work? And but it's cool. The players get to build out their avatars, and they could create just like they've seen players play. They've seen LeBron, they've seen Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Kyrie Irving, current players to older players. You could design your player with the attributes, with different things like great rebounding. Still, they have different names for their attributes. I know one of them is fearless scorer or fearless rebounder, something like that. They have for Giannis as one of his attributes that he is really good at, is a fearless rebounder. And then you got crossover king. They name the little titles. They do the same in Madden too. They have them, like Pat Mahomes. He has gunslinger attribute. When he gets hot, when he scrambles, his gunslinging ability starts up. That means he's going to be a lot more accurate, and the deep ball is his. If you're playing against a guy who has the Chiefs, and Pat Mahomes gets hot, it might be game over if you don't defend them properly. And it was just like, remember NBA Live, or was it NBA Live? No, not Live. NBA Jam. Remember NBA Jam? He's on fire. So it's basically a new version of that. He's on fire type mode for 2K. But yeah, I was trying to find where these players make them.
Come on, there's so many times I wish I could go back in a time machine and just go back to a kid playing NBA Jam and just drinking Mountain Dew,
right?
Because he's on fire. Like, how many hours I played NBA Jam? It's so much fun. It was so fun.
Well, yeah, but I didn't do the Mountain Dew. I like the story there. Yeah. Oh man, I'm trying. Let me see. I'm gonna find this before we jump off into.
Were you doing protein shakes?
I was doing no as a kid. No, I lie. I wasn't Mountain Dew. I was Pepsi.
Oh,
I was Pepsi. That was my guilty pleasure as a kid. And my mom and dad, obviously, they didn't stop me. They slowed me down a little bit, because they said, it's high, a lot of sugar. A lot of sugar is not good for you, just because you get hyper. They're saying the parent reasons,
right, on
why I shouldn't drink the soda. Like for me as a kid, before I got older, I really thought Pepsi quenched my thirst. I'm like, Mom, Dad, I'm so thirsty.
Yep.
I'm parched. Where's the Pepsi?
That reminds me of my daughter. We'll come home from school or something. She'll say, I'm hungry. I need a snack. Can I have a Jolly Rancher?
Right. It's like
no.
you are in the kind of the fruit neighborhood, but you're not there. So right now,
help your hunger.
Right. So yeah, go to the website, NBA 2K League, and you can see the updates. It's week 2 coming up of the tip-off league. It started back on April 5th last week, and it goes to the 23rd. So then after the tip-off, then the regular season kind of goes for like 2 months, which would be, tip-off goes from April 5th to April 23rd. Then after that, so I would say going into May, like end of April, and then May, and then June, and then July, I believe that's when the playoffs start up. But they have different parts of the season here. I know they have this. So this is the tip-off, and then it's the turn. It's the regular season, and then the turn is like right and going into the playoffs and everything. So they have the season broken down into little segments, like mini tournaments within it. I think I had it right here. Here we go. So it's the tip-off, and then the turn is all powered by AT&T, and then seed weeks, and then this is like the regular season weeks where they get seeding. They play like pool play games like they do in soccer, and then off to the playoffs. And then they have an all-star game too, which is just like the NBA. And to have that process and have these events going on, they've done it. They knocked it out the park. Come on, NFL. Come on, Madden. I'm gonna talk to my people at EA.
Yeah.
Like, come on, let's do this for the NFL. This would be crazy for the NFL, but I think they would have to keep it to where it's just one player though, because having obviously 53 people, you have people on the offense, defense, that's going to be a big roster. So you couldn't really simulate doing it like they did here with a 5v5. You still would have to do, I think, a 1v1, maybe a 3v3 here at the Madden level, or on the Madden side of the ball, on football side of the ball. So we got Hawk versus Spawn says, what's that say? So EA is doing the play test for Madden 23 right now. He got invited. Ooh, nice. Oh, awesome. You play Madden, Hawk versus Spawn. We got to go at it. You got to beat me up a little bit. I like to learn from the best. That's what I like to do. So, John, what's on your quick hit news bites here? I'll pull it up here.
So this story from videogameschronicle.com really caught my eye. If you read the headline, it says Nintendo eShop's front page currently features a hentai game. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah, henna
game you can play with one hand. Nintendo has greenlit another Switch release alluding to the explicit genre. So I thought this was really interesting for Nintendo, right?
Yeah, they're pushing it. Like, this is going from being the mostly kid game, family friendly game, to like full on adult game area.
Right. Well, it says, so if you read, it says, at the time of the publishing, Henta Uni by Big Way Games is on the front page of Switch's digital storefront and is described by its developer as, quote, a puzzle game that can be played with one hand.
Really?
It says 4 girls and 12 beautifully drawn scenes will cheer you up and help you relax.
I wonder what that relax means. For real?
What are they selling here? Are we selling video games, or are we selling something else?
Woo! Interesting. It is, to see this and hear this from Nintendo. Excuse me.
That's what surprised me.
That's
the most,
a wide spectrum they went from. Do
you have the trailer? Can you scroll down and play the trailer maybe? Let's take a look at this together. There's a trailer right there.
There we go.
Like, this is being promoted on Switch. Let's see if this is bad or if we're just over. Puzzle game. Okay.
That's not too bad. The skirt is a little short, but
So this is what it is. You can play this with one hand. Is this all the game is?
Yeah, it's just like a quick puzzle match, but quick puzzle game, I'll say.
I'm just going to say, listen, it's weird that you're promoting it that way. If you want to promote this cool puzzle game with beautiful girls, sure. It's on the Switch's main, website. Like, it just seems weird to me. Like, why do you got to promote it like that?
Right. Yeah, Sergeant Reno agrees. He said this storyline was on 30 Rock. LOL. So 30 Rock, the TV show. So yeah, they probably definitely had fun with this one, like we are. Well, it's just interesting to see, because Nintendo is mostly family-based game company and kid-friendly. A lot of Mario Kart, Mario Party, Animal Crossings,
exactly.
And then this. What's the name of this one? What's the name of this game?
Uni? I don't know.
Yeah. But Nintendo has green lit it, so that means they approved it, you know? So
I don't know. It just seemed weird. And then just looking at the trailer, I don't know who plays. I'm sorry if you play, somebody out there plays it. Just tell me what you find appealing about that.
Well, it's an adult.
Puzzle game?
Yeah, we know why. It's obvious. It's the elephant in the room.
Okay.
On
I
that
thought
one.
that was just strange, Ahman. That's all.
I 100% agree. It's Nintendo. It's like going to Disneyland and then you're in Vegas. It's like, hold up.
Come on this ride. You only have to use one hand.
Whoa, wait a minute. Hold up.
What?
Are we in Vegas or are we in Disneyland in Orlando? What's up? All right.
Hulk versus Spawn doesn't they type doesn't seem family friendly, definitely adult
Oriented. Yes, indeed. That's what I've been alluding to. I just learned how to beat around the bush on those type of topics. But you get my drift there, Hulk versus Spawn. And yeah, send me let's hook up, man. Batman AG30 on Xbox and PlayStation. I want to learn from, if you're playing in the Madden series, if they invited you, that means you're good. That means I gotta learn from you, bro. So beat me up a little bit, get my game skills tight. I think I'm good, but I'm playing against randoms online. I win a few here and there, and so I know I'm not there yet. I got to get on that level. I do want to go into MCS 1 year, play in the MCS and beat some. Try to see how far I can go. All right. So we ready for that fun game, John?
Oh, am I?
Ready for this or that?
This or that.
Always another fun edition of This or That from the mind of Ahman. So
yes, indeedy.
First, this or that. Up on your screen if you're watching on Twitch. Would you rather eat melted ice cream or eat cold chili?
Yum, yum.
Oh, this is easy for me.
What is it? It's so easy.
So easy. Melted ice cream. Melted ice cream, really good. You look like you're offended that I said that.
No.
Sorry.
No, I'm not. No, I wasn't. I'm not at all.
Okay.
Melted ice cream is actually something I do. What I do, I like when I get the hard, the scoops, and they might be a little hard. I take my spoon and I swirl it until it becomes soft serve, because I like soft serve ice cream. So I do the soft serve. I'm right. I'm okay with the melted. I just start scooping and licking fast.
Yeah. Well, the Culver's frozen custard is always silky,
fire,
creamy, smooth. Yeah.
Yeah. Ice cream is fire from Culver's.
Oh,
there we go. We got Big Boom says melted ice cream for sure. No cold chili. Yeah, cold chili. Yeah. The beans, the meat. Nah, that's not good.
oh
That's good.
this one's nasty.
So you could put it in the microwave. I don't care. Still ice cream. From Hawk versus Spy. I love that. I love that comment there. Sergeant Maul Reynolds says, I eat cold chili if I'm hungry. Yeah, I say if you're hungry, that is a requisite. But always quote, melted ice cream will win out there. And Big Boom Howard says, I just add a bit of milk to my ice cream, then stir it up.
Milk and
that's making it even more melted, I believe, isn't it?
Wow. Never heard of adding milk to your ice cream.
Right.
It's like eating ice cream cereal.
Yep. Because you add the milk, it already has full of dairy in it, and then We got Big Boom said he likes soft serve. Yep, soft serve is the way I tell you, soft serve is fire. Now that's good. All right, here. Next one.
Next, this or that. Be a famous actor or a famous director.
Where you at, John? Where you at, Twitch chat? Oh, Big Boom said just a splash of milk. Just a splash. Not a whole lot. I
don't know. I'm trying to think, like, there's a lot of factors to consider.
Right.
How much is fame important to you? How much is money important to you? I feel like, if you're a famous director or a famous actor, you're still going to have this certain level of fame. So that shouldn't even factor in the money. You're going to be fine.
Right.
Famous director, famous actor, one might get more than the other, but you're going to be fine. So I think I'd probably like to be a director, because you're creating this whole piece, right? Like everything about it, you have your hands in it. If you're an actor, your only responsibility is your role. You know what I mean? Like it's just one tiny part of this whole gigantic piece of creativity. So I'd rather be the director.
Okay. Yeah, I remember, unless you're one of the main actors, and like what I've been noticing when I watch movies now, I'm a credit watcher. I see a lot of actors becoming executive producers or directors, and they get an acting credit, directing credit, and executive producer credit. So they're getting smart, just like the athletes are. So I say I'm a big fan of movies, and I've been watching them since I was a kid. It was an actor years ago, but now since I kind of know the business a little bit more, I'm definitely with you, John, director, just like Hawk versus Spawn, being a director. And it's more not for obviously being famous, doesn't matter, but just you get to create your story, whatever story you want to tell, and tell it like you want to tell it. Obviously, you work with a group of actors and your camera people, audio people as a team. So they get to bring your vision of whatever it is to life. So I definitely like that. So director for me, we got, like I said, Hawk versus Spawn. He says, I like directors. Sergeant Maul Reynolds says, director for me, I feel like I'd be bothered less.
I like that. kept it simple.
Yeah, I feel like I'd be bothered less, maybe.
I think you would be, because if you're Tom Cruise as compared to who would be the Tom Cruise of directors, I don't know. I mean, you're going to be famous either way.
Like Steven Spielberg.
I think you could put a hat on and better be incognito if you're a director, even if you're a famous director.
Right, and I could do that. I'd rather be incognito, be under the radar. What's this one? Seems like a famous director I know all, this from Hawk vs. Spawn, are all known for good films, but most actors have a bad film under the belt. That happens. But there's few directors with bad films under their belts as well. It happens. It's just like athletes,
I think there's pressure. Yeah. Whether you're an athlete, an actor, or a director, there's pressure to always have the next big season, the next big hit, the next big film.
Or don't throw an interception or whatever. So that happens. They're human, as we started off the show. They're human, just like everybody else. All right, next one on the list, and we're gonna have an extra one added because remember I almost forgot it was a fan one.
Oh yeah.
So I have that at the end coming up. So let's go to the next this or that. My mouse is like extra. I need to get an updated mouse here. It's not acting right. There we go. Next one. This is an easy one.
Read comic books or read biographies.
This is easy breezy. What you think, John? What you got?
I think I'm going to read. Let's be honest. I'll probably just read a comic book.
Yeah, you already know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Read the comics. You see that door behind me? That door behind me, I have like a shelf full of comic books. Majority Batman, obviously. And
what's your favorite comic book you have? Do you have one?
Probably Batman, Death in the Family. That series was kind of the big series, the first one of the big series where I actually read the whole series in the book and not get the information from a friend or watching it on TV or something. I read the whole, it was like a 10 book or 15 book series, and I got all of them and I read through them. So Death in the Family, Batman, it was pretty good. And then the Night of Owls was a good one too. Night of Owls, Court of Owls, one of the other. So we have from the Twitch chat here. Of course, I think it's going to be unanimous here. Comic books, Sergeant Maul Reynolds, Big Boom here. Comic books. And then Hawk vs. Spawn says, comic books for me. I'm reading Future Imperfect right now. Is that DC, Marvel, Dark Horse? What is that? Hawk vs. Spawn. Where is that lie? Or who is the developer publisher on that? I'd like to know. Actually, let me get this next one real quick. Let me just take a little slow down here. Get the fan one in here. We're coming up at the end. This gives Hawk vs. Spawn some time to talk or to write. Instantaneously. Boom. All right, we got one in there. Move it up. Ooh. This thing's moving 100 miles per hour. Slow down. Stop. I can't put it in. Hey. Oh, I was right there. All right. I'm lost.
That's all right.
All right, here we go. We got it's Marvel. It's Mastro. Okay. It's Hawk in the future, he says too. Hawk in the future. Okay.
Whoa, what is it called?
Mastro.
Hulk in the future.
And it's Marvel. So it's a Marvel. It's Marvel. And then,
That seems interesting. That'll be a movie in 10 years.
Maestro. So yes, Maestro. We said that right. All right. Let me scroll back up here. All right, next one on the list, John.
Next to this or that. Someone makes a doll of you, or you paint a portrait of yourself. Oh, I want someone making a doll.
Really?
Nobody wants to see my portrait, myself.
Really? I thought you would go portrait. I totally thought you would go portrait.
I mean, I know my skills. It would. I don't think I'd create anything too spectacular. But I'd love to see with someone making a doll what that would look like.
Yeah, that would be.
What kind of doll? Like an action figure, like a Cabbage Patch type of doll, like an American doll?
That's a good question. What would you want? What would you want? Who would you go? What company would you go to and say, "Hey, can you make?" If you had that pool, and say, "Hey, I'm going to Mattel, Funko Pop, McFarlane Toys,
action figure,
Lego, go to Lego, whatever. Where are you going?
Mattel action figure for sure.
Mattel, okay, Mattel, yeah, because they're detailed. What's another Sideshow? Sideshow is if you can see the dark side right behind me, right there.
Oh, yep.
That's Sideshow. So they get real, they're big.
Oh,
they're like 2 feet, 3. Yeah. And then you got Funko Pop. Yeah. And then you got, like my man here, like something like that.
Yeah.
This is a Cable Guy. This is Cable Guy's company. I actually met them at a Comic-Con one year. And they have this, and I have a couple. I got a couple up here on the desk. I have that one, and of course, I got this guy.
Nice. Those are cool.
Yeah. These are called Cable Guys. They hold your controllers or cell phones or tablets.
So that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
I want a cell phone holder of something.
I know what to get you.
I want a Baby Yoda one.
I got you. You're like, oh, okay.
Did they make Baby Yoda? What were you thinking?
I know you because I know you like Rocket League.
Ooh.
And I know you like.
Now, if I could get a Baby
John
Yoda,
Wick. I know you like John. I'm not sure if they have John Wick licensing though. That's so new.
Well, if they've got Darth Vader, they've got to have Grogu. What's the company? I'm gonna look this up later.
It's a Cable Guy. They're out of Madison.
What?
They're out of Madison. Yes, that's how I met them.
How do you spell that?
Cable Guys.
Cable Guys?
Yeah, it's called Cable Guys. They're out of Madison actually. And then so Hogwarts' response says, "Well, paint a portrait of him." So I don't want the doll going. I don't want the doll going voodoo on me. Hey, just make sure if it's from where's voodoo like at New Orleans?
New Orleans, yeah,
and then the Caribbean. So yeah, make sure it doesn't come from those territories. Then you're okay. Hogwarts is fine. But I say I have. Fortunately, I'm not here showcasing, being bragging or nothing, but I actually have a portrait and a action figure on myself. And I have to go action figure. That was the coolest thing, to see myself on a toy, because I grew up a kid playing with toys and still play with toys today. So I'll say action figure.
Where is this?
It is.
Who made it?
Hold on. McFarlane figures. I have a McFarlane figure. Hold on, I'll forget.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that thing's gonna look really good. Kind of like those when I was a kid. They had the starting lineup figures. It's kind of like that, right? Where it's only better. I think if I remember from McFarlane, those are like starting lineup figures better.
Hit my foot.
Your chair's back up.
Destroyed my foot. Here we go. That was a little dusty though. I need to cut. He's dusty. I'm dusty over.
That looks awesome.
If you can see it, look how dusty I am.
Oh man, that's because you're out in the
the mud. It's like mud on my shoulder right there.
Dude, that is so cool.
So that's there it is. Boom. I'm jumping over somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, they even got a detail down to the shoes. So like when I saw the shoes, I'm like, this is the 03 season. I'm like, oh, this is pretty dope.
You know the season from your shoes?
Yep. For sure. Got mud. Like I got mud on my hip right here, my leg. Look at that. I'm all muddy.
Now, if I had a little action figure, we could put me on the side and you could be jumping over me, scoring a touchdown.
Oh man.
That's awesome. That's
We got
so
Big
cool.
Boomer said those are cool. Yes, very cool. Very cool. Thank you. Thank you. So keep those pins and needles hidden.
Huh?
Pins and needles. I missed that one. Hog versus Spawn. Pins and needles. Explain. I forgot it. It was probably something we said, and he was commenting off that one. We missed it because we were doing stuff. I'm grabbing I stubbed my toe and everything. All right, next this or that coming up here.
All right. Would you rather be able to communicate only by by barking or meowing? So reminds me of my daughter who's went through a phase and is slowly getting out of it where she wouldn't
That
even
is-
talk to people. She just hiss at them. Did she probably hiss at you?
That's a yes. I remember that when I remember when she was in that phase. I remember saying, "Hey, how you doing?" I remember that. Oh, when we were talking about the voodoo dolls, that's what.
Oh,
yes. Okay, that's what he was talking about. Pins and needles, because you stick. Good point there, Hawk versus Spawn.
I forget so easily.
Yeah, I know. We're just moving along here.
I think I'd rather meow because meowing seems less aggressive than barking.
True.
Yeah, what Big B said.
Meowing. Yep, there you go. It's not as what do you say? It's not as loud as barking. True. That is a true statement. Barking. What does he say? Big Boom said barking can't be out there meowing. Yeah, I gotta go with. I'm with Big Boom here. Big Boom. I gotta bark. I could bark quite like roof, roof, like roof, roof, roof. Ooh, wait, what's up? Hey, what's up? What's up? That's like my dog sound. It's like, what's up, man? But then they get loud, wake us up in the middle of the night, like 2 a.m. They're barking at stuff because they're looking out the window. I'm like, come on, trying to get my beauty sleep.
And then there's like huskies who just like sound like they're
screaming.
screaming.
Yeah, I had a husky in the nook. He would howl just like that. It was hilarious.
I think it's so funny watching husky videos on Instagram.
They're awesome.
Once they start howling, then like if there's more than one, then they start howling, and then they just can't stop themselves.
Yeah, they talk. Yeah, Big Boom says huskies talk. Yes, they do. And then Hawk versus Spawn says my dog would love it if we could have a conversation about the dog park. Yes, I would love. Like we had that one, this or that, not too long ago about if we could understand dogs. Oh man, that would be so awesome. I would sit and talk with my dogs all day long. I'm serious. Because my 2 dogs, they're 2 English Mastiffs. They are totally hot and cold. Ace is over here, Apollo's over here. So like, yeah, it'd be they're different.
You got to get them those buttons, Ahman. Those little buttons, like we were talking about, that the dog hits and it's like play, hungry.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. I don't know. That's good. You got to train them on that though, right?
Yeah.
I
It would take some time.
You got to take some time. All right, next this or that here.
All right, live next door to a nightclub or live next door to an amusement park. Easy. It's for me. Amusement park.
That was my childhood dream. I wanted to live next to Six Flags. Because when I started going to Six Flags in California, in Valencia, California, I was like, oh my God. And Disneyland too. I was like, oh, I could ride a roller coaster every day. Every day.
Yeah.
Full stomach or not, I'm going. There you go. So does Sergeant Maul Reynolds. Amusement park, that's easy, breezy.
It's funny because you're saying like, I'd love to go on the rides and do everything. I picked it simply because it closes at a certain time and there wouldn't be people up late at night making noise. That's the only reason I picked it.
That's true. Except for the summer, though. Except for the summer months. It'll be open late on the summer months. I've been at Six Flags Gurney in Illinois, walking out of there at like 11.
I didn't know they stayed that late.
Yeah.
Stayed open that late.
Yeah. We have somebody that says nightclub. Oh, no, he doesn't. He just says the nightclub. So Maul Reynolds.
That's what I'm
nightclub
saying.
would keep you up on it. Yeah, it would. I mean, you got people coming out. They're belligerent. They might be getting into a drunk fight, or they get the drunk. I love you, man. You hear that conversation going on.
The music.
Yeah. Big B says, well, by an amusement park, there will be more traffic because people are constantly leaving the park. Yeah.
There is the traffic angle to consider for sure.
Yeah.
On the weekend, good luck trying to like do anything. You have to deal with all that traffic.
True. And then Big Boom says, now, amusement park, unless you work third shift. Yeah, that's no fun.
I see
coming
what you're saying.
home. Do you work third shift at the park or do you work third shift somewhere
Now, I
else?
think he'd pick amusement park unless he worked the third shift. Then he'd pick.
Right. Right.
Then it doesn't matter.
Got it. John totally said, oh, Falk versus Sign, he's just letting you know. John totally said my reason why. Boom.
Boom.
All right. And I think we're almost wrapping it up here. We got 2 more left. So we have our guests, or not guests, a Twitch chat one coming up here in a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Next
All
one.
right.
This is a long one.
Okay. Listen to a song you hate on an endless loop or run endless laps around a track.
Are you the workout theme, John?
No,
Twitch, or
especially
someone
not
in the
running.
Twitch chat?
Running's the worst.
When it's long distance running, yes, I gotta agree.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a sprinter.
That's
why I was a sprinter.
About running is, listen, they'll say, well, just keep at it and you'll get better, which is totally true. It's 1,000% true.
Right.
You get less tired. But like after a certain amount of time, I'm just like, is this what I'm doing? Like, this is it. I'm just doing the same thing. Left, right for 20, 30, 40, an hour, 2 hours. How long am I doing this? This is boring. I'd rather work out in a different way where it's like, go as hard as you can for a minute and do this. Now take a break. Now go to this. Like, at least you're constantly doing something else. I don't remember what the question was, but it's not running. I picked the other one.
It was in listen to music, I think.
Yeah.
In this loop. Yeah, listen to. Here we go. I'll put it back up.
Yeah, I'd rather listen to the hit
Listen
song.
to a song. Yeah, a hit song you hate on an endless loop, or run on an endless track. We got Big Boom Howard says running laps 24/7 ?
That's the way I took it.
You will be in serious shape though, for real.
You ever hear those people that do those ultra marathons?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like hundreds of miles.
That's a lot. And then what's it? Hug versus Bond says, I'll run to death rather than listen to country music and Western music. Let's go. That might be me though. I might run. Because listening to a bad song. I don't want my vibe to be messed up. I'd rather do something, be active, get something out of it at the end of the day, or whenever it's endless. So at least I'll be in really good shape. All right, and now we got the fan one from my man Luda King or Luna King. He hit me in the Discord. I say Luna the King.
Luna the King. Okay.
We put this one in my Discord a few weeks ago, and now I got it in here. So next one here is.
Can't wait for
Come
this.
on, mouse. My mouse is broke.
Ooh.
Swim with sharks.
I like this. Swim with sharks or run with the bulls.
Oh man,
I got it. Easy.
What's that?
Luna the King. I'm going to swim with sharks. Now, number one, I don't know how to swim. That's fine. You get the little breathing apparatus, but they never throw you in with like water and there's sharks. They put you in a cage in the water. Then there's the sharks around the cage. So you are protected. You go run with those bulls and you don't make an Ahman Green move to juke them out or something. You're
game over.
Seriously injured.
It's game over.
They don't put you in a cage and then you run with the bulls. So I'm going to go with sharks, but only if there's a cage.
I'm with you. I got two stories real quick. One is a quick one. So, every year on ESPN, they show the rule running on the bulls. That should deter you from going to running on the bulls. I've been to Spain. Spain is awesome. But running with them bulls, now I play football. It's like, hold up. This is a grown animal that is the man of animals. It's like bulls, lions, and tigers. You got bull. No, I'm crazy. I am crazy because I did what I did for a long time. But I know my limits. I'm not going to win against a bull.
You're not going to win. You're never going to win.
And so here we go. Oh, yeah. It was a Big B says swim with the sharks because if you don't struggle, they won't attack. Because they got the sonar off the water and all that.
That's a dolphin, isn't it?
Well, I think most fish, I think the bigger fish too, like have it. Dolphins just want true. You're right.
Sharks have that?
And I think they smell something in the water. They do it somehow. That's how they attack. There's so many shark attacks, unfortunately, in the world. Sergeant Maul Reynolds says swim with sharks because the bulls get sad when you run with them. They get sad. They get mad. You mean mad?
How do you know the bull's emotion?
Hey, he maybe speaks. Hey, he just has that power. Maybe I don't know. But my quick story here, as more answers are coming in the Twitch chat, we got swim with sharks 100%. Bulls always hate you. Sharks are just curious.
There it is.
There it is, bull.
That's the answer.
Tooth Butu. I like that answer. I like that. Yeah. So my story real quick is 1 year went down to Australia. It was early in my career. And it was it 2001? Went down there. I got invited down there by this event called the Down Under Bowl. And I went there in high school. I went to Australia in high school, played in a football tournament. Had a terrible story about that. Great trip overall, but I could go on to that one another time. Okay. But when I go back in as an adult, it's my second year in Green Bay. They invite me there. I say, oh, yeah, I'm going back to Australia. I would love to live there. It's awesome. People are nice. The weather's great. Boom, boom, boom. Cities are great, too. So we end up going up to Cairns, which Cairns is the northern part, which is like going to Miami because it's in the southern hemisphere. And we're in the northern hemisphere. So everything's flipped. Their hurricanes go reverse. It's cyclones, vice versa, right? So we go on. They said we could schedule like a boat trip and go into near the Great Barrier Reef, which is down off the coast of Australia. Cool. And so I'm a geography guy. I'm a science guy. I'm like, yes, let's do this. So we go. We get out there on the South Pacific, and they have boats all in this big area where you could jump in with your goggles and just snorkel. And we're in not just shallow water. We're in like 50, 100 feet depth, deep waters. And so in my head, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go down there. I'm thinking they got they got net, they got people out there watching, making sure we're okay, just in case somebody can't swim, this and that and the other. And so I get out there, got my goggles. It just no big oxygen tank because I could go down and come back up. So I just could put my goggles. I go down, and I'm good. I'm down there good. I go pretty deep. My ears pop, so I know I'm deep. And I'm looking with the goggles. I see all these fish. I mean, I'm seeing starfish. I'm seeing the big, they're native fish. And these big fishes, this kind of skimming past my face. They're not scared of me. I'm not scared of them until I realize there is zero netting where I'm down in. There's no lifeguards. I can swim. I'm not worried about that aspect. I'm worried about we're in great white shark territory.
Yeah.
And I'm not, like I said, I'm crazy, but I'm not dumb.
Yeah.
I might be a little risque, but I'm not stupid. Like I looked around like, where's the netting? I'm underwater like this. I shot up so fast. I said, I'm out. I'm out. I was like, I seen Jaws. I seen the shark movies. I'm out of here. Boom. I got on the boat so fast. I was like, there's like, you okay, sir? And I'm like, no, I'm good. I got up there. I was like, yeah.
Remembered I was out in the wild?
Yeah. I'm like, man, I'm in their territory.
Yes.
I said, I'm in their territory, excuse me. So that's the last this or that of the evening of the day there. That was a good one by Luna the King. Thank you, sir. And if you know what, if you got ideas, throw it in the Discord. We are welcome to more this or that ideas. I will put up, I think it's get everybody in the Discord here. You haven't been in it, get in it. I think this still works. I believe that still works. There's the Discord. Join the Discord there, so you can send me this or that ideas. We welcome in that. We love it. All right,
absolutely.
Now, so we're headed into what's on stream, John.
Okay.
Row, row, row your boat gently up the. Sorry, excuse me. It's time for what's on stream.
What's on stream, John? We got some fun stuff to go on today. I saw your pick too. I was like, I like that. That's like what they're doing here. So actually, we'll go on to yours first. We'll go on to yours first here. Let me get it set up here. So I like what they're doing here.
Somebody help! Out of the way! You two, keep everyone back. I'm here to help you. This looks like a tension pneumothorax. I need to borrow this. Sorry.
So if you recognize the theme song they're playing, this is from Disney Plus, and it's called Doogie Kamealoha MD. And it's basically a remake of Doogie Howser from back in the day.
Nice.
Yeah, and this has turned into a fun family show we've been able to watch, once a night. It's really interesting. I don't mind it because I always enjoyed the premise of Doogie Howser. You got this young kid who's a doctor, and remember his buddy Vinny?
Yeah, I do.
He'd come in the window all the time. So, the main character there, she's 16, and her best friend that's her best friend. She always comes through the window too. And then at the end, remember how Doogie Howser would always type on that old computer, like he'd write in his diary, and she just basically live streams her thoughts. So there's some parallels between the old show, and it's just it's cool, set in Hawaii, obviously, and it's a fun watch.
I would love to be on that cast, be in Hawaii,
right?
But I like how they updated it. Like you said, how he used to put his journal on the computer, but now she's streaming. That's the thing of today. And Disney, Disney's Disney. They know what they're doing. They do a great job bringing in a good show, family-friendly show here, and then motivating young ladies to obviously be doctors and stuff. Fun. I love the show. And I watched it when I was a kid, when it was out later.
Yeah, I love that they made the lead character a female doctor instead of a male doctor again. So it's the same concept, just twisted around and modernized, and I really liked it. It's on Disney Plus.
Disney knocking it out.
Only on Disney Plus.
They knocking it out as usual, making the fun stuff out there. Disney, they got so much stuff. Because I'm going in that territory too. I mean, because remember they got season 2 of Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, that's a great series. You told me about that series.
Yeah, it is really good. And you see Jeff Goldblum, his personality comes out so much in that. And it's funny. It's a good show. Watch it. Here's my show. I'm going Marvel, Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to Staying Awake.
I got my man. I kept saying Moonlight. It's Moon Knight, excuse me. I was saying this to my friends. Oh, you watch Moonlight? She's like, no, Moon Knight. So we got Oscar Isaac plays Stephen Grant in Mercenary. He plays 2 people. He has split personalities here. So Stephen Grant, and then he plays also Mercenary Mark Spector that investigates the mysteries of the Egyptian gods from inside the same body. So he has an inner conflict with himself of fighting crime. And this show is based over in England, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I've been waiting for this series to start up. I've been hearing so much about it, and a lot of friends of mine that are my comic book buddies, when they told me about this and they started giving me information, I'm like, ooh. And they picked a good actor. Oscar Isaac played Poe Dameron in the last 3 Star Wars installments. So you got a guy that got great range and knows how to put a character together. As we were talking about famous actors, famous directors earlier. And so he's that actor to play this role, do a good job having split personalities. So he wakes up. If you see sometimes, it'll give away a little bit, but sometimes he wakes up, he doesn't know what happened. Yeah. He knows he's done something, but he doesn't quite know. All right, and then he kind of thinks back, and then so that's Moon Knight right there, kicking somebody's butt.
Dang. How do you like it so far? Are you done with the first season?
So what what Disney has done, where is that sound? Oh, I got extra sounds going on. I don't know.
Hold on. Get rid of those sounds.
I got too many sounds. There we go. Oh man. What was the question? I got caught with the sounds in my ear.
I asked you how many episodes.
Oh, so yeah, Disney. So what Disney's smart.
Yeah.
They're releasing them once a week.
Of course.
They know how to do that thing. So you don't binge them. I like Disney's work. They know how to, like, obviously they got good stuff, but then they say, you know what? We're going to do this the old way. We're going to make y'all come back every Wednesday to this app. on this night. I think it releases at midnight every night. So like on Tuesday night they release it, or night. Well, not Tuesday night, but Wednesday morning at 12:01 they drop it on Disney Plus. So then you can watch. That's the earliest you can watch it. But
some people don't like that, Ahman. I think we've talked about this before. I like it. I don't, because number one, it's good, like you just said, for Netflix, Disney Plus, whoever that is that's releasing it, HBO Max, because it makes you go there, and then you're like, oh, well, now what else should I watch? You might get some, instead of going, I'm watching this and this. Now I'm done. Now I'm out. I left the app. So I like it. And then from the viewer standpoint, I like that because it makes me be more disciplined. Instead of sitting down for 7 hours and watching everything, I can actually be excited about a series for a longer period of time. I kind of miss that, because I guess that's the way I'm used to consuming television. Growing up, is you'd have to wait a week, and it's kind of fun to be able to wait a week.
Yeah. And that was the old, because I remember that's our generation. We're used to that. Yeah. I do the binging too. I'll binge the like older stuff, series I haven't watched at all. Now I'll binge those because it's season 1, 2, 3 of them already. But when it's the new stuff, I don't mind this. Waiting a week. Wednesdays, they do Wednesdays, Thursdays, or Fridays. So I don't mind that. We're accustomed to that. Yeah. To the millennials are like, no, we want it now. We want it now.
It's not so bad. There's some benefits to it that I do enjoy when they do make me wait for like a Disney Plus series, a Marvel series on Disney Plus, or Star Wars. Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it.
But it is good that they give you a few episodes usually.
Yes,
they do. Started.
They give you 2 or 3, and then you gotta wait. Then after that, they give you the 3 in a row or 2 in a row, and then after that, now you gotta wait once a week. So it's smart.
What was it? Hey, by the way, what was the name of the show on Apple TV with the people who come home from work?
Oh, Severance.
I gotta watch that.
We're going to start watching it soon too here in the Green Residence here. So Hawk vs. Spawn said he is watching Tokyo Vice on HBO. It's about the Yakuza. So the what's that, Japanese mafia or the Chinese mafia? One of the two. I know it's one or the other. I just had it down, but forgot. And then we got Sergeant Maul Reynolds says just finished watching Devs and loved it. I think that's an Apple Plus one too, or it might be Prime Video.
What is that?
I forgot. I've seen the preview for Devs. It does not ring a bell right now, but I know of it. I've heard of it before. And this is the one I already put up by Sergeant Maul Reynolds. Says Oscar Isaac is great, awesome Star Wars, Doom, and an Ex Machina too. I didn't know that. Machina. I didn't know that.
I love that movie.
I got to watch that again. Oh no, I've seen that one. Yeah, I've seen that. That's right. He was great. He was the scientist, right? Yes, I did see that. Yeah, that was a while ago. Yeah, like 3, 4, 5 years ago. And Star Wars, of course, Poe Dameron, and I can't remember the name of his character in Dune, but he was really good in that. And then then when we got a new one, Gamer-in-law says I'm on my 500th view of Moana. You must have kids, or you really like that movie. One of the other. I say one thing I love about Moana is the song that the Rock and the main actress sings. I know the melody. Hold on. See, you got me searching the internet now.
I've been staring at the edge of the water. That song?
Yes. Talking about he's a demigod and da da da.
Oh, that's the Rock. That's Thank You.
Yeah, Thank You. Yeah, that song. Hold on. Since we did this last week with peanut butter jelly, so we're gonna have to do this with Moana now.
Is Twitch gonna pull us down for this?
Oh, that's true. I don't want to go there.
We might not.
This is a good show. We don't want to get DMC'd right there, or DCM,
Twitch
or DMCA. We don't want that. We're good. Everybody knows the song we're talking about there. Yeah, we know. All right, we're about to go in there. So we're headed over to game releases, John.
Okay.
Release the games. It's time for the game releases. Game releases.
Now this week, what type of dog is that, John?
I don't know.
That's what I want to know. What type of doggy is that? Can you tell us? But what I do know, and what I can tell you, this was a week of indie games. If you looked at that list, John, I think it was only one like AA or AAA game. It was Back for Blood, and neither of us picked that one. We went for the, I guess. What was the reason why you picked your game?
Well, like as always, my kind of strategy is to pick the game that I think sounds like. I'll look at this list and I came across. Are we doing mine first?
We could do yours first. Yeah.
Okay. I came across Bush Hockey League. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this sounds awesome.
Bush Hockey League. I watched the video, man. Before we
Do you have the preview?
Oh, we got a commercial.
Okay. I was gonna say this is better than Bush Hockey League.
There we go. I said that's not Bush Hockey League. Here we go. Here's Bush
Look
Hockey
at
League.
this. I don't know about the graphics, but they look pretty smooth. They're not.
Hey, I like that. I like the way they going at it though. That's hockey right there.
Yeah, and it's got
Right
that
here.
kind of-
Like he just said that's illegal, I think. But in the video game, it all goes.
Yeah, it's kind of got that NBA Jam feel with all the extra graphics. Oh, geez, just hits him right in the face. But aggressive hockey is back. Experience hockey the way it was meant to be played. Apparently,
Man, that's the way it's supposed to be played. You fight,
especially in this old school arcade style hockey game where blood on the ice is just another day at the rink. So this is kind of those things like I said, it reminds me of a Blitz / NBA Jam type of thing, and it caught my attention with the Bush Hockey League. So
it definitely has that NBA Jam feel.
Yeah, and apparently you can slice people's heads open.
Right. I'm like, dang. I'm like hitting. I say that's illegal. I'm like, that's almost murder, isn't it?
It's. I mean, didn't some like NHL guy like hit somebody with a stick, and it was a big deal. They're like,
right.
hey,
like,
you can't do that. You can't almost assault somebody and try to kill them on that.
Do that.
Yeah.
Right. It's just like that. I say, look, I haven't played a whole bunch of hockey. I haven't been on a whole bunch of ice skates, but I'm pretty sure that is illegal. But
it looks fun. Doesn't Bush Hockey League look fun?
Super fun.
Fun game.
Super fun. Super fun.
And that's what I like about it. But the name caught my attention, so that's my pick of the week.
Yeah, good pick, man. Yeah, when I watched the preview last night, I was like, I was like, what? I'm like, oh. And then when I saw the hockey stick to the head, I'm like, dang. I was like, they going hard. They going real hard. We got Sergeant Mar Reynolds says, looks like the street hoops of hockey. Yep. And then I hope they bring this back. By Tooth Botu says NFL Street 2 remake will be amazing. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. And they already green-lighted season 2 of Severance, John. I'm sitting here by Hulk versus Spawn.
Nice.
Here. And so I found the one on the list. And I looked at all the games, like I said, and that's how I found out they're all indie games, except for the Back for Blood. And so I found, I found a horror one. I love horror, John.
Of course you did.
And so I found Tormented Souls here. Let me get it going. And right there,
Peggy
right?
18.
Peggy 18 there. So you see this thing here.
I feel something
A little creepy.
lurking around in the dark.
A modern take on a fixed perspective action game. So, John, Tormented Souls offers a modernistic or modernized control scheme with a dynamic camera combined with classic gameplay, deadly combat forces, dark forces, and unspeakable horrors, as you see here in this video right now. Everything in their power to stop Caroline from getting the truth. The truth what that is, we don't know. But they're going to definitely do what they need to do to make sure Caroline don't get there.
Everything will
Spooky. Kind of has that Silent Hill feel. If you play, have you heard? I know you heard of Silent Hill. They made a couple movies too. I don't know if you played the game, John.
No.
But it has little creepy figures like that dude right there, and that thing right there, and that thing right there. Ugh. But for me, yes, I love horror. Now, if I could be a director, I want to be a horror movie director.
What the hell is going on here?
Like we were talking earlier.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh man, that's nasty. That's creepy. That's spooky.
Creepy.
Look like she got a shotgun.
What are you trying to do? What's the point of it?
They said that Caroline is trying to find the truth.
Okay.
So whatever that truth is.
Oh, that creepy baby with the
man.
surgery on the creepy baby.
You got my man walking on his hands. He has no legs. Oh man, she just blew his head off. God bless.
Headshot.
America. Woo-wee. There's no escaping evil on all platforms. Go get that. Tormented Souls. If you're in the horror games, please go get that. You'd be
That
so
looks
happy.
creepy.
You could thank me in the Discord.
That doll freaked me out a little.
Little nightmares.
Play 2v2 or 3v3.
Nightmares.
Creepy dolls. Put that in
Creepy
a horror
dolls.
movie or game. Put a creepy doll in there. That's a home run.
That was one thing I would do if I could direct a horror movie. Oh my god.
Put a
That
creepy
was-
doll in it.
Creepy doll, Jason, Freddy. I don't care. But you know what I would do to the horror movie, John?
What?
And you probably kind of have an idea. You should have an idea of what I would do. I would make all the potential victims, like the people that are not the killer or the axe killer or whatever, or the monster or the demented being or whatever. Anybody that is of human, I'm gonna make them have a high threshold of common sense so they can use it and stay alive in the horror movie. Because we've talked about horror movies before. Every horror movie you see, or video game for that matter, unless obviously you're controlling your character, but before that happens, they have the character just die in a dumb way. They trip and fall. They're running. They go upstairs instead of downstairs, or just jump through the window. Man, get out the house. I'm going Michael Phelps out the window. Poof.
So most video game horror characters or movies, their Madden rating for common sense is very low.
Yes. And that's my point.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you gotta, if your life is on the line, you're gonna do everything that is possible to keep your heart beating. Why would you do things that will not equate to that happening?
It's like that commercial. Is it Geico commercial where they're all like hiding behind the saws? But
Beautiful.
the car's right there.
When they made that commercial, I gotta get a shout out to Geico. When they made that commercial, I said thank you. That's just my thought every time I'm watching a slasher. I love watching them.
Yeah,
they are entertaining, but then eventually it's like, come on, because I know when my life is in threat, I'm threatened by something or somebody. Defense mechanisms kick in.
that's the way to make one. Ahman, you make a movie like that because it's different.
Right.
Like you took the genre and made it different. Yeah.
Yep. And like Wes Craven.
Yes.
He kind of started with that with Scream, where like Sydney, the main actress, Neve Campbell, she was fighting back. That was like the first horror movies where the characters are actually fighting back and winning, not just getting a couple more steps before they get hit in the back with a machete. They were actually getting out the room, getting in the car, and boom, off to the hospital. They're safe, for the rest of the movie. They're not just safe for the moment, So it's like, that's what will be my style. I'm like, my characters are not going to, most of my characters are not going to die. Majority of the roster is going to make it to the end because I say everybody in the world has common sense. There's enough horror movies out there. There's enough, especially going through COVID now. People in the world are well aware of things around them. So you got somebody coming at you with an axe. You know what to do. Don't be a hero. Just run the other way.
And
don't
you'll
fall.
be in such great shape because you've been running 24/7.
Boom, endlessly around the track. Bam. Oh man, that's how we do it. Oh man, so hey, that's how we do it. And you know what, John? It's the end of the show. That was a great show, man. Thanks for everybody in the Twitch chat for participating, hanging out, having a good time with us here in the Gamers Lounge. This is how the Gamers Lounge is. We're gonna come in, and even though we got topics, we might talk about something else, which we did this whole show, which is great. But you could download us in the podcast world or on the little space on Pandora, iHeart, wherever you download your podcast, and you see there right at the bottom. That's my Instagram and Twitter. Ahman Green 30 all one word, and our Twitch, and then there's John right there at the end. John Cast Podcast. How's the John Cast Podcast going, John?
Oh, it's going pretty well. So just working on my next promotion, but I think I'll be having a listener party in May in Madison. Ooh. So that's going to be fun, full of margaritas.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Oh, you gotta give me the date for that. I'm gonna try to show up for that.
Yep, just trying to nail that down for sure.
Yeah. And we got Pooch says, I would argue that Ahman, plenty of people out here missing common sense. and Pooch is speaking from a good point of view because he is a cop, so he knows. So he deals with people on the daily. That is more than 90% of his day. So he knows that. Thank you, Pooch. I appreciate you for that. Good point. Good point. So everybody, again, you could download us in the iHeart Instagram. I keep wanting to say Instagram. Pandora, Apple TV, wherever you download your podcast. And then we'll be back next week to have another fun conversation of what we're doing here, And then soon we got a little, we've been talking off stream, myself, John, and Notorious, Afro, talking about doing a little bit more. So we might be streaming more stuff, gaming with each other. John, you still play Rocket League, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, maybe we could throw some Rocket League nights in here on the
That'd
street.
be awesome.
That would
I would
be
love that.
super, super awesome. Me too. We got to do it. So we're talking about that coming in the summer months when the summer gets here. So we'll all have more time on our schedule during those days, because I know you play mostly on Saturdays, right?
Fridays, Saturdays.
Saturdays. That's a good time to play Rocket League, man. Rocket League and a Modelo,
Yeah, for sure.
You're welcome, Hawk versus Spawn. Appreciate you, man. And Sergeant Maul Reynolds, again, appreciate you. Thank you for coming into the show. And we'll see everyone next week. All right,
Bye.
everybody.
Brought to you by Bet Online. Bye.
There you go. Bye. Oh.